अस्सलाम वालेकुम डियर स्टूडेंट्स। आज हम बुक D2 का एक्सरसाइज 3C क्वेश्चन नंबर 5 करेंगे। So basically in this video I am teaching you that how to represent the inequalities graphically. Okay, how to represent the inequalities on a Cartesian plane. So firstly आपको ये पता होना चाहिए कि हम inequalities को Cartesian plane पे कब प्लॉट करते हैं। अब आप देखिए ऑलरेडी हमने प्रीवियस क्वेश्चंस में लाइक क्वेश्चन नंबर 3 और इन क्वेश्चन नंबर 1 and 2 question number 1 and 2 we have plotted the inequalities, बट इन inequalities में क्या था कि आपका जस्ट एक ही वेरिएबल यूज़ हो रहा है, सेम वेरिएबल थ्रू आउट। इस inequality में x यूज़ हो रहा है, इसमें भी x ही x। सिमिलरली यहाँ पे भी आप देख लें ओनली x एंड x। ओके, सो सेम वेरिएबल जब यूज़ हो रहा होता है तो देन वी आर रिप्रेजेंटिंग द inequalities on a number line. That's why in all these questions we have represented the inequalities on a number line. But when there are two different variables in one inequality, then you can't represent it on a number line. अब जैसे part A है y is greater than 4 minus x, two different variables are involved, so you cannot plot this inequality on a number line. So for such type of inequalities we have to plot them on a Cartesian plane. Now how to plot them on Cartesian plane? For representing an inequality involving two variables on a Cartesian plane, we have to remember the 4 steps. Okay, so I am solving this part A, that is y is greater than 4 minus x. The first step in every question will be to replace the inequality sign with equal sign. चाहे आपके पास inequality का जो भी symbol है, it's greater than, less than, greater than or equals to, less than or equals to. In the first step you just have to replace that inequality sign with equal sign. Done. Now in the step 2 you have to plot. Now this is no more an inequality, this is now an equation. You have to plot the graph for this equation. Okay, so whatever methods seems easy to you can use that method to plot the graph of this linear equation, and you have studied different methods for plotting it, but I am teaching you the simpler one because in this method you don't have to do any working. Okay, without working you can plot its graph. So what is the method to plot the graph without working is that you must have studied in the previous chapters, in chapter 1 or I guess in chapter number 2, that the standard form of a straight equation of a straight line is y is equals to mx plus c. And you also know that here c is representing the y-intercept and m is your gradient. And you know that what is meant by gradient. Gradient m is actually your rise over run and x plus c. Now I have to write my equation in this form. Okay, y, I have to write y on the left hand side separately and then write the term containing x and then the constant term. So in every equation you have to arrange your equation like this one. Now when you compare this with the standard form, you will look that the value of y-intercept is 4. And what is gradient? My gradient was there was the coefficient of x here was nothing mentioned, and you know that कि जब coefficient कुछ भी ना mention हो तो वो obviously 1 होता है. So यहाँ पे -1 था. I have to write it like rise over run, so -1, and I can't see anything in the denominator. और आपको पता है कि जब डिनोमीटर में कोई टर्म ना हो तो इट्स 1, so I can write -x as -1x by 1. Now if I am comparing this with the standard form, -1 is my rise and 1 is my run and 4 is the y-intercept. And you also know that what is meant by y-intercept. Y-intercept means that my line that I will be plotting will intersect the y-axis at point 4. Now this is my y-axis and this one is my x-axis. I have plotted the point on it. Okay, now here is my y-intercept, so my line will be passing through y-axis at this point. Now I have to choose another point. Okay, I need one more point to draw a straight line. So how to choose that point? I have to, now I will be looking over what is my run. Run is 1 and it's positive. When the run is positive, I have to move 1 unit on the right side. and when it's negative I have to move 1 unit on the left side. Okay, whatever the unit here is, if यहाँ पे अगर आपके पास 2 होता तो then आप 2 units move करते राइट साइड पे, अगर -2 होता तो आप 2 units मूव करते लेफ्ट साइड. सो अभी मैंने ये करना है, रन को देखना है और 4 ये, और मैं 1 यूनिट जब मूव करूँगी 4 से 1 यूनिट मूव करूँगी तो यहाँ पे आ गई हूँ. नाउ दिस इज़ नॉट माई पॉइंट बिकॉज आई हैव टू लुक फॉर द राइज ऑल्सो. rise again same criteria, here it is -1 meaning that I have to move vertically. Okay, so now it's -1 so I have to move 1 unit vertically downward, और अगर ये पॉजिटिव होता तो I have to move 1 unit vertically upward. now यहाँ पे मैंने आगे मैंने देखा कि मेरा जो रन था वो पॉजिटिव 1 था, so I have moved on the right side 1 unit and now I have to move vertically downward. And how many units? Only 1 unit. So 4 I will be moving here, and here it is 1 unit because 4 3 here is only 1 unit. So here is here is the second point. Okay, so now these two are the points. Just join them with the help of scale and you will get a straight line like this one. Now without any working you can just plot the graph, okay, by just looking at the y-intercept, rise over run, and this is my straight line. Now the one mistake here is that I don't have to plot this solid line. I will be looking at my inequality. The inequality is strict, okay, it's greater than, strictly greater than, then I have to plot the dotted line. Okay, this line will be dotted, not the solid one. So I will plot this as dotted line. And if it is not strict inequality, like अगर मुझे यहाँ पे y is greater than or equals to 4 minus x given होता, then मैं इसकी solid line plot करती. ठीक हो गया. Now this is the step 2. Now after the step 2, in the step 3, I have to decide that which portion to shade. Now that's why this step 3 is known as checkpoint, because here I am checking that should I shade the region above this line, that is this region, or should I shade the region below this line, that is this region. Okay, because in the question it is mentioned that represent these inequalities graphically by shading the region which contains all the x and y values that satisfy the inequality. Meaning that the values that are satisfying the inequality, I have to shade that region. Okay, if it's not mentioned then it's up to you that which region you are shading. Okay, if you are representing the inequality by a shading region, then mention it in the solution that the shaded region is representing the inequality, and if you are representing the inequality with unshaded region, then you can mention that in the solution. Okay, but if it's mentioned in the question that use this region, shaded region, to represent the inequality, then you have to represent the inequality by the shaded region. So now I have to represent this inequality by shaded region. For that I have to decide that which portion to shade. For that I am just taking a point from the this region. Okay, this one I am taking this point, and this I am taking this point from the region that is below the line. I will check this. Okay, if this point satisfy this inequality, अगर मैं ये वाला पॉइंट इस इनइक्वालिटी में जो क्वेश्चन में गिवन है उसमें पुट करूँ और मेरा आंसर ट्रू आ जाए, तो देन मैंने इसी पोर्शन को शेड करना है. और अगर ये आंसर फॉल्स आ गया, मीनिंग दैट ये रीजन मैंने शेड नहीं करना, मैं इसका जो ऑपोजिट रीजन है उसको शेड कर दूँगी. ओके, सो चेक पॉइंट के लिए आई हैव टू पुट x इज इक्वल्स टू 1 एंड y इज इक्वल्स टू 1. इट्स नॉट नेसेसरी कि आप ये वाला पॉइंट चूज़ करें, आप कोई भी पॉइंट यहाँ से चूज़ कर सकते हैं. आप 2 एंड 1 चूज़ कर लें, ठीक है, आप 1 और 3 चूज़ कर लें, ठीक है. इट्स अप टू यू कि आप कौन सा पॉइंट चूज़ कर रहे हो. एंड सिमिलरली इट्स नॉट नेसेसरी कि आप बिलो रीजन से पॉइंट चूज़ करें. यू कैन चूज़ द पॉइंट फ्रॉम द रीजन अबव दिस लाइन, ठीक है. अगर वो सेटिस्फाई करेगा, ट्रू आएगा, तो आप उसको शेड करेंगे. अगर वो फॉल्स आएगा तो बिलो वाले को शेड कर देंगे. अभी हम इसको चेक करते हैं. So y is greater than 4 minus x. This inequality is given to me in the question. I have to put these values for checkpoint. So instead of y, I will put its value as 1, which is greater than 4 minus 1, and 1 is greater than 4 minus 1, 3. Is 1 greater than 3? No. So this is false. Now I have taken the point from below the region and it is false. So my shaded region will be the region that is above this line. So I will shade this. Okay, you can shade this in any method. So I am shading it like this one. Okay, and now you can also mention in the solution that the shaded region in this Cartesian plane is representing the inequality. So these are the few steps and you have to repeat all these steps in all the questions. Now let's solve the part B. Y plus 2x is less than or equals to 2 by 5. Now it is not a strict inequality, so for plotting its graph I will plot the solid line, not the dotted one. Okay, so going to the step 1, in the step 1 I have to replace this inequality with equal sign, so I will write it as y plus 2x is equals to 2 by 5. Now in the step 2 I have to plot the graph of this equation, and for plotting it without working I have to write it in standard form. And what is the standard form? Standard form में लेफ्ट हैंड साइड पे जस्ट y होना चाहिए और बाकी आपकी इक्वल टू के बाद राइट साइड पे पहले x वाली टर्म होगी एंड देन कांस्टेंट टर्म. सो हमने इस टर्म को शिफ्ट किया तो ये -2x प्लस 2 बाई 5 आ गया. नाउ आई कैन राइट दिस एज y इज इक्वल्स टू -2x बिकॉज x के साथ कोफिशिएंट -2 है, तो ये -2 तो आपका राइज हो गया. अब आपने देखना है कि डिनोमीटर में, क्योंकि डिनोमीटर में रन होता है ग्रेडियंट की जगह, तो यहाँ पे आपने क्या करना है, देयर इज़ नो डिनोमीटर सो ऑब्वियसली इट्स 1. आपका राइज -2 है और रन कितना है 1 है. 2 बाई 5 डिवाइड करेंगे 0.4. 0.4 इज़ योर वाई इंटरसेप्ट. तो पहले मैंने क्या किया, ये जो मैंने ग्राफ प्लॉट किया हुआ, सो 0 से 1, इन बिटवीन 0 एंड 1 आपका 0.5 आएगा और 0.5 से बिलो जो पॉइंट है दिस वन इज़ योर 0.4. तो ये आपका वाई इंटरसेप्ट था, ये आपने मार्क कर लिया. अब आप राइज ओवर रन के अकॉर्डिंग मूव करेंगे. सो फर्स्टली मैं देखूंगी कि रन के लिए मैंने लाइक हॉरिजेंटली कितना मूव करना है और कौन सी साइड मूव करना है. नाउ इट्स +1, तो obviously I have to move on the right side, and how many units? Only 1 unit, so 1 unit I will be moving on the right side, so I will reach here. Okay, now what is my rise? Rise is -2, so -2 means that I have to move vertically downward. And how many units? 2 units. So let's move 2 units vertically downward. Now I have to look at the graph and I will notice that from 0 to -1 I am having 10 small lines. Okay, so 10 small lines are representing 1 unit. So I have to count here 20 small lines that will be 2 units. Okay, because I have to move vertically downward 2 units, so I will be counting 20 lines. So let's count 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 16 17 18 19 and it's 20. Okay, so here will be my vertically downward 2 units. Okay, so this is the point. Now I have to join these 2 points and I will be joining these with the help of a solid line. And you know that why I am representing them with the solid line, because the inequality that is given to me in the question is not strict inequality. Now you know that what will be the next step. In the next step I have to mark the checkpoint. Okay, so for the checkpoint you can take the point from any of the region, from above the region. Okay, so from the region that is on the right side or from the region that is on the left side. Now I am taking the point from here. Okay, I am taking the point 1 1 because it's just for the simplicity. You can take any point. Okay, I am taking x equals to 1 and y equals to 1 because these 2 points will make my calculations easier. So for this I have to put x is equals to 1 and y is equals to 1. So what is my inequality that is given to me in the question? Y plus 2x is less than or equals to 2 by 5. Put the values. Y is 1 and plus 2 into x is also 1, which is less than or equals to 2 divided by 5. Answer will be 0.4. So 1, 2 times 1 is 2, less than or equals to 0.4. So 3 is less than or equals to 0.4. Is it true? No, it's false, because 3 is not less than 0.4, it is greater than. Now I have taken the point from this region, that is the region on the right side of this line, and this is false, so I have to shade the region that is on the left side. Okay, So I will shade this region, and you can shade it according to your own choice. Okay, whatever method suits you, you can shade it, and then mention in the solution that this shaded region is representing the inequality. Okay, now part C is similar. In the first step, you have to replace this inequality with the equal sign, and you will plot its graph, and the graph will be solid line, not dotted line. And now you know the reason that why we are plotting the solid line. And for plotting it, you have to convert it into standard form. So firstly separate y, it only on the left hand side there should be only y, and shift all the other terms on the right hand side. Then firstly write the term containing x and then the y-intercept, and then solve it yourself, and let me know in the comment section that what is your answer.